Hi everyone, it's Sandy. Thank you for joining me here on my channel, Septerra18. I have another one sheet wonder project, and that just uses one piece of 12 by 12 single-sided paper. I know a lot of you have been enjoying the 12 by 12 one sheet wonder projects that I have been sharing. So I thought I'd see if I could make another one to show you, and it turned out really lovely. It's really easy to make, and so I will also show you the easy step-by-step to make one of these slim journals, or you could also use this as a daily journal. There is also a little like a booklet in here if you wanted to add a booklet, or use it for a mini album. Just whatever you would like to use this slim journal for, whatever you would like to use it for. And so I thought I would use this paper pad here. So this paper pad was gifted to me by my youngest daughter, Tanisha, and she actually is turning 24 tomorrow. It's her birthday. And she gifted me this lovely 12 by 12 paper pad from Crafter's Choice. You can only purchase this in Australia in Spotlight, and it's called the baby girl theme. And I think there is also a baby boy theme as well. So she bought this for me for Mother's Day in May, and it's just a lovely prints in here. So I thought I would use this paper pad to make another mini daily journal, and this is what it looks like. And I thought I would give this to my eldest daughter, who she could use for documenting whatever she would like with for her daughter Aria, which is my gorgeous granddaughter, and she's 9 months now. She is just the most adorable, sweetest little girl. So I thought I'd make one for Tiana, my eldest daughter. She's 25. And she could use this to document what she may like, or add some recipes for maybe some recipes for some baby food. She could use this for some keepsake, or just journaling what her thoughts are, and just being a first-time mum and everything. And I just thought it's also there was a spot in here where she could add some photos if she wanted to. So I'm going to show you the inside, and then I'm going to show you how easy it is to make one of these. I'll just move this paper pad, and I'll link the Spotlight store down below if you were in Australia, if you wanted to have a look at their website. But this is how it looks like. It's just really lovely. There's a lot of spaces in here where she can add a few bits and pieces. So there is a trim that I use to wrap around the front of the slim journal to keep it closed, and you can get this trim from a Tapology. They have a whole bunch of these. See if I've got one to show you. So they look like this. They come in like a card, and there is like a whole bunch of the all different kind of trims in here. And I just took one of the strands out of the group, and then I just cut it up to make it for the closure. And so there is a tag here which is part of the paper pad collection, and that's the part I use to add the trim. And it opens up this way, and then I backed it with another tag on the back so that you don't see much of the white part. So that's just another way for me to use that. And then I made a frame. I did do a embellishment project using this sort of frame in one of my videos. So I thought that would be a great spot that she could use to add a photo of Aria in here. But I just added one of these little tags that I made just to pop it in here so she could see that's a little a spot there for a photo. Or she could leave it that way, and then she can maybe add a photo on the back here, or just make a document what she may want to write on there. And that closes up that way. Then it opens up this way to another side tuck pocket, and I made a long slim envelope. And I'll also give you the measurements for this envelope in case you wanted to add this to your slim journal. And there is a closure here which I just used some foam dot to create like a little belly band type of closure for the envelope. So there is a nice deep envelope in here which she could use to add maybe some little trinkets in here, some little keepsake things, or some receipts of things she may purchase for Aria. So she can use this for whatever she may want to use this little envelope for. And then that just goes around, and that just keeps it closed. And I'll also show you how to make this one as well. So that's just a cute little slim envelope. And then this is a page where she can do some writing here if she wanted to do a bit of journaling. And then it opens up to this page, and then she could use this as a photo mat to add maybe a couple of small photos of Aria, or use it as well to write what she may want to write on here. So these are the add-ons. This is the add-on part where you can add some note papers. This is printing, copying paper, and I've just added that in here if you wanted to have more spaces to do some more writing. Then I just added a doily just to decorate the page. There is another page here which you could use that as well for another photo mat. I added one of my ruffled fabric ruffles on the edge here, and just decorated that with a gold safety pin and a little like a Del Monte charm dangle. And I'll have these in my store. I am putting together these trims, so I'll have these available in my Etsy store shortly. If you wanted to add that to your edge, just decorates the edge of the page. Some more writing space. Place some vellum in the middle here just to give it some texture, and just to sort of break up the page a little bit. So there's some vellum, and then this is the back part of the other side. So another place for a photo mat if she wanted to. And that's the doily. These are the other side of the papers. And coming to this side, there is a flap, sort of a flap piece that sort of opens this way. Again, somewhere she wants to maybe write some recipes in here, some quotes, or maybe first words that Aria will be saying as she gets older, and just some of things that she can write in here for Aria's milestone, her birthday, her favorite things. And then I have some extra leftover papers from the paper that I cut out here, so I added that in here. So another place that she can use to write, another space here for a photo mat, or she could add some quote cards on here. And then on the back here is a side pocket, and I just made one of the file tab folders that I've made, and just place one of these cut parts from the 12 by 12 paper, and then I just corner around at the corners just to neaten that up. And then she has this space as well that she may want to add maybe some more photos in here. She can do some collaging of different photos, and I just thought that would be just something a little extra to add in there. And that just goes in the back here. So it's like a little sort of an interactive little slim journal, and it was just a lovely little compact booklet, whatever you want to call it. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to show you how to make this really easily, as well as the long slim envelope. So you'll need a 12 by 12 paper. If you have double-sided paper, that'd be great too, because then you'll be able to see the different patterns. But I use single-sided paper because that way she has more extra space to do some writing on a blank space. And I would probably suggest you have a paper that doesn't have a pattern with any direction, because when we fold it, some parts will be upside down. So if you have a pattern print that doesn't have a direction, it will be a lot easier. So what we're going to do first, we are going to grab your 12 by 12 paper, and we are going to cut it at 6 inches. So we're going to cut it in half. So I'm going to cut it at 6 inches all the way down. So we have 1/2 here at 6 by 12 inches. Just put that to the side. And then you've got your next piece. We're going to turn this around and we are going to cut that in half again. So we're going to line it on the 12-inch side. We're going to cut that at 6 inches. So now you'll have another piece here at 6 by 6 inches. We'll put that piece to the side. We'll grab this piece, and it doesn't matter which way you do this because it'll be a non-directional paper. We're going to cut this in half again. And then so you want to line it on the 3-inch side, and we're going to cut that in half at 3 inches. So now you'll have 2 pieces at 3 inches by 6 inches. And if you want to make the envelope, I'll do it. You want to cut your paper at 3 inches by 12 inches. So that's for the slim envelope. I'll just put that to the side for now. So let's grab these pieces. So you will have 4 pieces. You'll have that piece at 6 inches by 12 inches, 1 piece at 6 by 6 inches, and 2 pieces at 3 inches by 6 inches. The first thing we're going to do, we'll grab the long piece, and we are going to pretty much just score it in half. So we're going to score it at 3 inches all the way down, or you can just fold it in half. We don't need to use a scoreboard. So we're just going to go at 3 inches all the way to the bottom. And then we bring it around to the 12-inch side, and we're going to score that at 6 inches. So we've done that. While we've got the scoreboard out, we'll start scoring the other pieces. We'll grab the 6 by 6 inch, and we'll do the same thing, scoring that in half at 3 inches. So we've done that. We've got your 2 pieces here. So for the first one, we are going to have your print facing up. We are going to score on the 3-inch side. We're going to score at 1 3/4 inches. So that's that piece. And then this piece here, your last piece at 3 inches by 6 inches. Also going to have your we're going to have the print facing down. We'll have the print facing down. On the 3-inch side, we're going to score it at 1/4 inch. Okay, so now we can turn this back over that way. That's all the scoring for that. And for your envelope, we're going to, so with your envelope, you can see this pattern it's not really a directional pattern, but it sort of is a directional pattern. So for your envelope, if you have a pattern that's directional, you want to have your paper facing, one second, let me just see. You want your direction to be going down to the right side. So have your directional going down. And along the 12-inch side, we're going to score at 4.5 inches, 10 inches. And then we're just going to turn it around to the 3-inch side. It doesn't really matter in this way. We're just going to score at 1/4 inch on both ends. So we're just going to go 1/4 inch all the way down to the bottom on one side, and 1/4 inch all along the bottom on the other side. We can put this to the side and we'll make the envelope last. Actually, I think we don't need that now. So we'll start with the long piece. And what we're going to do here, you're going to cut at that score line. You're going to cut that all the way up till you get to the center. So on the left side, we're going to cut that one, or that piece. We're just going to cut that all the way to get to the center. So now you have your paper cut this way. We're going to bring it up. We'll go that way now. We're going to fold that in half. So the part that you've got the cut should be on the left side. And then we bring this piece to the front. And then this next piece to the front as well. So this will then be your cover. Just try and see if you can get it all to line up. And then using your bone folder to really press it all the way down nicely. Next, when you open up, so you'll have that piece, and then you'll have that piece, and then this part is folded up and it's got an opening. We're going to grab the piece that we had scored with that 1/4 inch score line, which was on that side. We are going to angle cut these little pieces here, just like that, and on the bottom here as well. So that's how it looks. We're going to fold this in. So you'll have that piece there. This little piece here, that's going to get placed inside and it's going to go in like that. So then you have that as your closure. Let me just have a look 1 second. Actually, did I do it a quarter? Actually, I think I went in a little bit more. I'm going to just, I'll just ignore that score. I think I want to go in a little bit more. It doesn't really matter. We can, you won't see this part, but I'm going to just, I did score it at 1/4 inch, but I think I want to score it at 1/2 inch because, I'll just show you why. I want to be able to have that much of a gap, and I don't want it to be too close, so let me just score that again. So you can do this as well, so it's not going to affect that part. We're going to remove that part anyway, so we'll score it at 1/2 inch, and I'll go back and do that. And then we can just fold that in. So you're not going to see that. I mean, if you want to, you can remove that and cut that out. So now we can slide that in here. So at least so you can see now there's a nice gap there. So that's going to get placed on the inside and that will flip open. So what we're going to do here, we're going to add some glue to this part here. And just glue, not right up to a score line. Just try and keep away from that score line a little bit, because you want to allow a bit of movement so that this page can flip back and forth. So now we're going to slide that in, and just having that score line just a little bit just beside the edge. So you can see just not right on it, just so that you've got a bit of room to move your page. So that goes in there. Just try and line everything up as best you can. And I'm going to corner around these two pieces here. That just decorates that part. Now we can go ahead and we can close this part here, so we can have that as a side tug pocket. So to do that, we're going to glue along here and then glue on the top there. Let's just glue up here. And then on the inside part of the score line. We can bring that back up now and we can glue that down. That will now give us that side pocket at the back. And we have this flip page. Just grab this tag. So now you'll have that pocket at the back, and you'll have this as your side tuck pocket. I've also got some tags here, so if you have some tags or make your own tags, have that on the side as well. We've got that. The next part, we will go and grab the other piece that's at 3 by 6 inches that we scored at 1 3/4 inch. We'll fold that back, press that down as well, and then this piece here is going to get placed on the front part. That's just going to get placed in there like that. So that will be your tuck pocket once we glue that down, and then that will be the flip page. So now we'll go and glue that down, and what we'll do here is we're going to glue up there on the inside of that score line and the bottom. On the top, and then on the inside of that fold line. Oops. And at the bottom. And then we can just slide that all the way in. If you want to create a thumb notch here, punch that out first before you glue your piece in at the back here. So this will now give you a side pocket there, and then that will give you that flip page. And now I'm going to corner around these two corners. Do the same. Oops. See how it looks now. So let me just grab this. So now we have that flip page, which is this part. When you turn this over, you should have that page, which is your tuck pocket. That next page, which will be that part. And then you have this part here, is that one, and then that part. I just got to show you, if you want to add these papers in there, which I should have showed you, you can do that. I'll show you how to do that before we get to the next step. So that's actually over here. So I do have some pieces of, here we go, I've got some here. So I've just got a few extra little pieces of paper. So to do that, I've already glued that down. So before you glue everything down, when you've got this piece, you just grab your pieces of paper. You're just going to create a score line at 1/4 inch. Let me just quickly score these. I'll just do 2 pieces just to show you if you wanted to add those little extra pieces. I'm just going to quickly, I'm going to score these at 1/4 inch. No, actually, I'll do the same 1/2 inch. I'll do 1/2 inch. And the width of this is roughly about 2.5 inches wide, and then the length is just under 6 inches, or 6 inches. You can make it 6 inches to the height of that. So I'll do that the same way as we've done that little piece here by angle cutting those. Fold these over. Let's see if that hasn't glued down. I can actually put these in. So what we'll do, we're going to firstly glue one side, and add this piece to the top. So then you'll have 2 pieces. So then you see that will flip open like that. And then if you want to keep adding more and more paper, just keep adding more glue, and then stack the next page and then keep going. But I'm just going to do the 2 for now. And then you finish off with some more glue so that we could add this to the back of here. So I think I've already, my glue hasn't set yet, just so I could show you. I'll just see if I can just get this out. Thankfully this one's for me, so not for my daughter. The glue's still it's already setting, but I'm just going to just quickly tuck it in here. Just see without damaging the paper. Managed to get it out. I might add a bit more glue. Sometimes it's good to make these using your ugly papers first and practice with that before you use your pretty papers. And then once you've got the hang of making it, then, I mean, that's how I make mine. I usually use the unattractive papers and then practice with those. Because you don't want to use your nice papers and then you make a mistake. All right, so now I've added glue. Now I can slide that in here now. My papers are unlined up. It's nice, but this one's for me, so it's fine. Okay, so now that's in and that's in. As best as I can have it. Now we'll move to the final part. So just make sure yours is nice and neat. This one is a little bit messy on the edge. Okay, now we can close that up. So now we've got this part here. That is the next part, which is the last piece of paper that's at 6 inches by 6 inches, and we scored that at 3 inches. Or you're just going to simply fold that in half. And that gets placed in the middle there. Like that. Or you can go this way if you wanted to. Just decide which side you want your papers to be. And then you can just go ahead and add a couple of staples and that will hold your book in place. Or you can stitch it, or you could add some twine or whatever you like and punch a couple of holes. But I want to add some more papers in here like I've done here. So if you wanted to do that, just cut out your papers to fit inside your 6 by 6 size paper. I've just trimmed mine down about 1/8 of an inch on all 4 sides, just so that it doesn't stick out when you want to close it. And then all you do here is, you can decide where you want your papers. You can have a couple in here. You can have a couple on the outside. You can add a doily. You can add some vellum. So you can add your papers wherever you like, or don't add any papers. But I'll put mine together like I've done with that one. I'm going to place it at the back like that, and then she's got a double space here I've got a double space here to do some writing there if I wanted to. So that's going to go in like that, that, and I've got those, I've got that piece. And if I'm happy with them, I'm just going to staple it. I'm just going to get some paper clips, just so that it doesn't move. Okay. Just make sure it's all nice and centered. Just double check before I staple it. Okay. And I'll just do that. Take these off. And now I've got that flip page, that side pocket. I've got another page. I've got some papers here. That. And on this one, I did add the vellum in the middle, but I just left this one without it. And then some more pages. That flips open with these extra pieces. And then you've got that pocket at the back. And now to create the closure, I just had one of the tags. And if you don't have a tag or you don't want to use a tag, you can just cut a rectangle piece, and that's just going to get placed sort of like that, half out and half onto the closure, onto the flat piece. And that then you punch a hole here, and then that will be used to add your twine. And because I don't want to see this sort of part, I just backed it up with another tag. So then you've got a decorative side to the back there. So I'm going to do that. So I'm just going to glue half of that. So we'll place it in the middle. And then this one will just get glued all the way on all of them. And that's that part done, and I can just punch a hole there. Here's this one. And because it's doubled up paper, it will have a bit of strength in there, so your paper won't tear. I should trim that off. That's okay. So now we've got that part all complete. That will finish off your mini journal, booklet, mini album, daddy journal, whatever you would like to use it for. So that's done. And now to add the slim long envelope, if you wanted to add that to the side pocket here, or you can add that to the back here. So we've done the score lines. So we've got here the shorter part where we scored, not the longer side. We're going to go from the shorter side. We're going to cut all that piece off until you get to that score line here, and you're going to do that to both sides. So we're going to remove both of these. So we'll start from the top here and work all the way down and go through that score line. Go all the way till you get to the next score line. I'm just going to angle cut that piece, and now we'll do the same. We'll remove that piece. So now you've got the measurements to make a long envelope if you wanted to use this as well. Right, and then that piece, take it off. Those two little strips, just keep that to the side for just a second. So we've got all that done. What we're going to do here, this part here, you can punch out a thumb notch if you wanted to do that. We'll do that on down here. We're going to fold these two pieces in. This string keeps coming. Wants to join me. All right, and we're going to fold that up. And then we've got that little piece there where that score line, we'll fold that down and that will give you your closure. And what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to glue down these sides first. Sometimes I don't cut straight along the score lines well. Okay, that's good enough. Now with my envelope, I angle cut the corners here. I didn't corner around it. I just thought I'd do that. So when you want to do that, if you want to angle, when you angle cut your corners, try not to go past that part here. Just angle cut it so you're still underneath that part. So I'll show you. So if I'm gonna cut it, you want to finish off before you don't go past that edge. So I'm just gonna do that. Grab that piece. Use this as my template and bring it around the other side so that I have both angles even as best I can. So now you have them angle cut and they just sit below the edge there. Because if you go past the edge, you're going to see that bit, and I didn't want that to be shown. I still want it to look like it's a closed envelope. To make the closure part that I've done here, I use that same strip from one of the edges from the envelope. You'll see that you'll have one piece here that's got that little score line. I'm just going to cut that out. Then there is a piece on the other side, there's that other score line. I'm going to just use that part to wrap at the back like that. Then bring this piece around to the front. And then I just trimmed off the excess piece, but still allow enough to overlap over the bottom piece. And then I just punched out a heart shape or whatever you like to just add to the front. Let me see. Let me just punch out a little heart. What have I got here? I've got one of these. I'll just use this one. Just punch this out. And that's just going to get placed like that. So I'll just glue a little bit of just on a little edge there. So just sort of place it on the edge of the little strip. Just let that set. And then you can add a little foam square dot to hold that in place. And that's your closure, so you're not wasting any of your papers. And that's that, and that should fit. I made it so that it would fit in the side pocket. So I made sure I made the measurements so that your envelope can fit nicely in there like that. And that's all to the mini journal, daily journal, notebook, mini album using one single-sided 12x12 paper. I hope this was a easy to follow step-by-step instruction tutorial. I had fun making this. I can't wait to give this to my daughter. And I'm just going to finish off with a bit more decorating before I give it to her, because I do want to add Aria's name maybe along the edge here to the cover. And this one will be my one. I'll finish off with this one as well, and I'll keep this for myself. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye for now.